Okay, everybody, we're going to take a look at the second assignment. This one also has the same koala picture in it. It gets a little bit gruesome. Game where if this bamboo shoot, can I show you how it looks? So what we're going to do is we're going to have the koala now move top to bottom. So again, if you look at the left here, we have one timer, which you could probably guess. One controls it going up. The other timer will control it when it hits the dot top, hits this value, will go down. Now you're probably saying, what's timer 3 for? Timer 3 is going to control this piece of bamboo going left. So when I push fire, it goes left. And once it hits this, the dot left gets to this area here. So once the piece of bamboo gets to the side, you're going to see there's code that says just go right back to your starting point. So what happens when the bamboo hits the koala bear turns into a skeleton. I don't even know if I've coded it. Probably just go up and down. The skeleton now goes up and down when I push the button. But that's how it's going to work. So let's take a look at a couple parts. We'll chunk it out here. Let's look at the movement of the koala. So if I push play here as we look. So again, for the koala to go up and down here, we have on button click, we're going to start timer 1, just like we did last time. And then what happens with timer 1? Well, instead of dealing with the dot left property of this picture box, we're going to deal with the dot top. You're going to notice that in this code right here. So the dot top, to make it go upwards, you're actually going to go in increments of -10. Okay, you're getting closer to 0. So 0, 0 is up in this top left. You're kind of in that bottom right quadrant of a Cartesian plane. So to get close to 0, we're going to head north. And when we start going south, we're getting further away from 0. So that's noticeably here. Okay. So what happens is when we get to -1 or 0, which is this little corner up here, when we get to that, we're stopping this timer and we're starting the timer that makes it go downwards. That's timer 2. And we'll go down by +10s. Okay, that's in this area here. So timer 2 is happening, push it down. You get to 327, says stop it, make the other one go up. So it goes up and down. So that's the first part. Now, the second part is how do we, when we shoot the bamboo here, how do we get this bamboo to go back to its starting point? And how do we code collision code when two picture boxes collide? Because that's where you have the most fun. So let's take a look. I'm just going to close this. We're going to go a little bit further down in my code. I kind of spaced it further apart. So let's look at the next part. And this is it. This is the rest of the code here. So here's timer 3. Okay, so timer 3 is this fire button here. So when button 2 is clicked, like I am here, what do we want to happen? Well, we want to say start timer 3. And what happens with timer 3? We go picture box 2 dot left, and we're going to subtract it by 10 every time the timer goes by increments. So picture box 2 dot left -10. So I push that, and it's probably, by the looks of it, it's at 348 right now if I look at where we're replacing it. And then every time the timer goes, it goes down by 10. So 348, 338, 328, 318, 308, 298, you get the idea. Goes all the way down, and if it gets to less than, if picture box 2 dot left is less than equal to -26, you're going to see right here in the code, then stop this timer and stop timer 2. Okay, so that means, well, we probably didn't need to stop timer 2, but it looks like when we shoot it, wherever that just went, let's see if I can pull it up here. The laptop is here we go. So when I shoot this thing, the program seems to go away. This isn't good. All right, let's try it again. Now, why do I have this all of a sudden? Timer 3 dot enable equals true. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Let's just go back like this. Okay, we're going to try, because I don't think we need to do that false. Oh, let's see if we can play this here. Well, it's nothing like having a bug in the middle of your program here. Let's go up, push fire, and then I have something happening. Okay, well, let's see what the bug says. Timer 3.enabled equals true on that button click, which is good. Okay, and did it just fix itself by clicking on that? That's weird. Let's take a look here. Okay, there you go. Now I haven't stopped the timer. You're gonna notice that's a little different. I probably should stop the timer and have it go back, unless you want rapid fire. So we'll just go back into the code. Timer 3, if it gets to less than equal to 26, let's reset it, and let's have timer 3 dot enabled equals false. Let's stop the timer. Let's take a look here. There we go. We're back. Okay, so what happens when the dot left of this comes all the way to the left side, gets to negative 26, then stop the timer, and let's have the dot left property equal 348, so it pulls it all the way back to this starting point. So that's it. That's all this code is, these 3 or 4 lines here. Now you're going to wonder, okay, what's the last 2 lines of code here? This is our collision code, and this is where kind of things get exciting. So how do I get it when I have 2 picture boxes? So I have picture box 1 with the koala, and picture box 2 with this bamboo. Oh, the koala's going crazy. So how do I get it when they collide that the skeleton appears? So let's take a look. The program's getting... Okay, I'll just move this here. So I can fire. I think I can fire now. I can miss it. But if I hit it, I'll just wait. But if you hit it, there you go. You've got this happening, this skeleton. So how does that happen? It's this last 2 lines of code right down here. If picture box 1 dot bounds dot intersects with. So if the bounds of this picture box, so if the outside of this box, the boundaries, intersects with picture box 2 dot bounds, so if they come together at all, if they intersect, if they collide, then you write whatever you want to happen. And I said change picture box 1 dot image equals my dot resources dot koala skeleton. So I put a skeleton, this picture, in the my dot resources, and I've changed it to that when things intersect. I can also have timer 1 and timer 2 stop. Okay, so if we want to stop the koala skeleton from going up and down the screen, you can just shut down those timers. You could have anything. You could have a whole list of things that you want to happen here. But that is very basic collision code. And this is something I'd like to build upon next week and have a few things, maybe add some sound effects. But let's see here. So now when we hit this, oh, it didn't stop. Great. There we go. Let's see if we got a bit of an error here. Put the 2 for timer 2. Let's try it now. Okay, here we go. There we go. So what I'd like you to do is, you don't have to use a koala. You could use, what would be neat if you use some of those animated sprites, if you can, that you used last week or the week before, but you could use whatever pictures you want. And the idea is to have one picture box moving and the other one just kind of sent in there, and it collides with it and something happens. That's it for the week. Have a great week. We'll build upon this, and then we'll kind of start piecing some neat concepts or some fun things together as you kind of get things closer and closer to maybe making a little game or project by the end of the year. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.